This is egg on toast. And as you can see, this is not the regular one you have every single day. Yes, it is kind of fancy to make, but it is super easy to do, and here's how. The most important thing needed is the bread. And for today, I'm going to be using this Italian. Now, if you've never seen this method being done before, you are in for a treat. A lot of people call this egg in a nest. And that's because we got to carve a hole right in the middle of the bread. As you can see, once that's done, it is perfect for us to lay our egg. Now, everyone knows that butter is perfect marriage for a bread. So I made sure to add plenty of it. Then under medium heat, I threw in my bread. Once that was done, I took advantage and went ahead and buttered the other side. As you can see, once I flipped it, it was perfectly golden brown. That was exactly what I was looking for, because the next thing to do is to go ahead and lay our egg. And for whatever reason, if your yolk is not in the middle, you can go ahead and help it with a fork. Or better yet, use a spoon. Now you want to cook this under medium-low heat so all of the egg whites are fully cooked. If needed, you can always use a lid. Once you're happy with the way it looks, it's time to take it out. To finish it off, I use a little bit of flaky salt, a good amount of Parmesan cheese, a tiny bit of smoked paprika, and finished it off with parsley. And this is our $10 egg on toast. Now the only thing left to do is to give it a try. Now you're probably wondering, why is this 10 bucks? And that's because we're going to be adding a steak on it. And that steak is not going to be expensive. But I mean, take a look at this egg and toast. That is delicious. And it is super easy to make, and you probably have all of the ingredients at home already. Definitely give this one a go. But now that we got this one down, it's time to jump on to the expensive version. And this one is very fancy. And it was all inspired by Michelin chef Jean Georges. And here's my take on it. The first thing we need to do is to sous vide some eggs so that we can get the perfect egg yolk. For that, I set my sous vide circulator to 147 degrees Fahrenheit and threw all of my eggs in there. You want to give it a total of 2 hours. Even though that temperature is not good enough to cook the egg whites, but it is to cook the egg yolks. Once the time was up, I took it out so I can put it in a bowl and let it cool down. You can actually store them in your refrigerator because they are completely pasteurized. But for me, once they have completely cooled down, it's time to go ahead and open them up. And for that, I like this setup right here. One bowl is full of water and the other one is completely empty, so I can separate all of the egg whites and yolk. And look how easy it is when you cook it sous vide. That, my friends, is a fully cooked egg yolk, and it is super creamy. If you've never had this, wow, you are missing out big time. Now, keep them from drying out, I just like to throw them in water. I repeat the process until all of them was fully separated. As you can see, once I was done, this is what I was left with. That right there, my friends, is gold. And if you love eggs, you will love this. Now let's talk about bread. I can't use any regular Italian bread for this. It's just not gonna work. We want a nice soft Lindt bread, and I was able to find this one on my supermarket. This will work just fine. Now we are gonna have to sacrifice the edges, so I went ahead and took it out and cut them in perfect square. My goal was to make sure that 3 egg yolks will fit right next to each other. As you can see, once I was done with the cutting, this is what they look like. They are perfect identical rectangles. That will give me a nice presentation in the end. Now we all know that butter and bread must go together. So after laying them down just like this, it was time to use my room temperature butter. The last thing we want is to break up those breads. And as you can see, once I was done, everything was perfectly spread out. Even though this is very fancy food, I'll tell you one thing, it is super easy to make. Now the only thing left to do is to lay down all of the egg yolks one next to the other. As you can see, once I was done, man, they are looking good enough to eat already. However, at the same time, we do need to toast this bread, but most importantly, we need a steak to go with it. And talking about steak, these are the ones I'll be using today. As you can see, they are very different from each other. That's because the one on the left is a Japanese Wagyu A5 New York strip. The second one on the other hand is a choice grade steak. It is like they are coming from a completely different species. But hey, it's time to find out how different it is, a $200 egg on toast with a $10 one. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and season them. And for that, I only used a little bit of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder, and nothing else. And as always, make sure you season both sides and the edges. Always season your steaks well. But now the only thing left to do is to vacuum seal them and get them ready for the water bath. Talking about that, I'm going to be cooking these 2 beautiful steaks at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. It should make them nice and perfectly medium rare, just the way I like it. And I cannot wait to find out how they're going to taste on those egg on toast. I'll tell you one thing, the egg on toast that is expensive, even though it's a lot of work to make, it just looks so cool. You know what I mean? It looks phenomenal. I cannot imagine what is it gonna taste like when I put a little bit of those Wagyu right on top. It has to be incredible, but is it gonna be a $200 good? We're gonna find out right now. As you know, I cooked the steaks at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. They are ready, we are hungry, and it's time to take it out. Let's do it. The smell that comes out of the bag as soon as you open up that Wagyu, let me tell you something, it is phenomenal. It is incredible. There's no way that this thing is not gonna be amazing. But hey, there's only one way to find out if this is gonna be worth the money or not. So now I say, I know it doesn't look that good right now, but watch this. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful
egg and toast.
That's right, Mama.
That's right.
Yes, egg and toast. We are huge fan of eggs.
Let me guess.
Cheap
one versus expensive one?
You got it, Mama. Yes.
I mean,
you know why you can tell right away? Because
that looks like you spend $100 on that on the restaurant.
Actually, 200, Mama. But here's the deal. This is the problem, right? This one here, everybody, will fill you up.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You'd bite one of these here, what happened?
I'm gonna cry.
I know, right? But I want to know how that tastes because this one is very unique. This is not sous vide, by the way. This is just regular standard one, okay? And this one here is sous vide egg yolks.
Right.
And then, of course, you only get 3 little pieces of Japanese Wagyu, okay?
No. We're gonna dig into the reserve over there.
Yes, we have the rest here. If you think I'm gonna throw this away and just have 3 little pieces of Japanese Wagyu A5, no. You wanna try? Go for it, Mama. Is it good?
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's good. Yeah. By the way, this is not my idea. This is a Michelin star restaurant, yeah? So I'm just finding out if it's good. Trust, we're gonna tell you if it's good or not.
It's eggs and steak. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good, yeah. By the way, the restaurant, they do not do it like this. They put caviar on top.
Oh my
But
God.
no. We like steak, everybody. Yeah. All right? We love steak. We steak people. Cut a piece of the toast right there. You grab your toast, break the yolk. We're gonna grab a piece of the steak and put in there. If not, this video will last 50,000 minutes. Damn, Mama, you got a big piece.
I like steak.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's amazing. All right?
I mean,
it can be cheap. It doesn't matter. It's an amazing combination. Wow. You agree?
Yeah. That steak is amazing.
The steak is phenomenal.
The bread is amazing.
I know, right? You don't need any special equipment for this. You don't need a lot of time. You just go to town and make it. This is phenomenal.
You wake up early in the morning and you see eggs and toast and you're like, what can I do with this that's gonna be good? Do this.
Yes.
You don't need the steak.
Whoa.
You can just have that as a breakfast.
Yeah.
The steak is extra.
I'm wondering if that's gonna be too much egg yolk. Huh? It looks like it's gonna be powerful.
It looks like it's gonna be very...
We're gonna find out right now. You ready? Let's see.
Of course, I have to make a mess.
Okay. Well, Mama, it's fancy food. You're supposed to put your pinky up when you do that.
Oh.
Yeah? Come on, Mama. You don't know these things? Huh? No. Yeah, but we're from the country, all right? Yeah, we're from the country in Brazil, and we're come where there is, you know, cows and everything. That's where we live, everybody. Huh, Mama? Right?
Our childhood was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and milking cows.
That's correct, and there's nothing wrong with it. It was amazing.
It was amazing. Best milk you ever had.
That's right. You come out hot straight from the cow, you know, with a little bit of chocolate on the bottom.
Chocolate milk.
What we do, put a little bit of chocolate on the bottom of the cup, and just comes nice and hot, everybody. Hot from nature. Okay, fancy version. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I like that.
Completely different experience.
Oh man.
This one is like a hearty breakfast.
Yeah.
This one is a fancy dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, I was about to say that the $200 one is nothing, everybody. It's terrible. It is amazing.
It's good.
It's really good.
Wow.
It is hard to say no, but I think it needs more Wagyu.
It needs more Wagyu.
I highly recommend you doing this here. If you don't want to put these little pieces of Wagyu, put a regular steak. You can even put some type of seafood. But I'm gonna give you a huge advice. Whatever it is that you put on top, a protein, make it salty. You have to put extra salt so that you have that wonderful flavor. Or you can also put a little bit of flaky salt there, or whatever it might be. Mama, which one won?
It's a tie.
A tie?
It's a tie. This is an awesome breakfast.
Yes.
This is an amazing dinner.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you're interested in anything I use, everything is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.